Oh, yeah. And we are live. Welcome back to another episode of the Baseline Bums podcast. It's your host, Rob, aka B Ball Archives. And once again, I got the bum AJ up in the casa. And not quite after a Spurs win. There's still about a minute and a half left in the game, but we've been dominating the Lakers so much all night. We're just going to chalk this up. It's right after a Spurs victory. We're feeling
Yeah.
good. We're up 27 points, minute and a half left, and we're essentially playing the Lakers G League team. Uh,
I think the G League team's better than this team.
they certainly could be. I mean, it seems like this has been a trend lately. Like we played an 8-man team against OKC, a 9-man roster against Dallas, and then now we're seeing a Lakers team with no Luca, no Braun, no Austin Reeves, no Marcus Smart, no DeAndre Ayton. It's like who are we really playing? Why are teams doing this to us?
Dude, that's a great question. But honestly, like this game for me watching the Lakers, it was the Lakers Google. Like I'm Googling all these players because I'm like, I don't know who you are. I have never heard of you before. I didn't even know you were on the Laker team. And I'm just like, when you see Bronny in the second quarter and you're like, oh, oof. And then you see him, he had like 24 minutes. Yeah, you're in for a very long night. And man, yeah, is it one of those mental things where it's more of like a, let's sit our players, let's keep their confidence up because we know the Spurs are on a roll right now and they're absolutely smashing everybody. And then like Wemby looked pissed. I don't know if you saw this, but I mean, the first quarter should have indicated Wemby was like, dude, you guys aren't playing against me. All right, cool. Watch this 25 piece. Like it's disrespectful, honestly. And I'm sure the NBA is going to be looking into this one too, just like they are the Thunder. They'll probably get their hand slapped and move on with their day. But I think this is a lot of it is just fatigue at this point. Once we get past the All-Star game, I don't think we're going to see this very much anymore.
Right. Yeah. I think that's a really good point. The league is investigating what OKC did, only having 8 people on their roster. So I think this could get lumped into that as well. But yeah, I agree. We have to start with the aggressive play from Wembenyama early on. The 25 points in the first quarter, the most points in a first quarter since 1998 in Spurs history, the 37 points in the first half, the most points in a first half, all players, all NBA, all season long. So this was a really explosive performance. When you look at his stat line in totality, really, really dominating. When you look at only 26 minutes,
Right.
40 points, 13 of 20 up from the field, 4 of 6 from three, 12 rebounds, 2 steals and a block. And so much of that, like you were saying, was aggressive, getting to the basket, good in rhythm threes, just everything you want to see from Wemby. And he did it all early on, like setting that tempo, like creating the pace. And yeah, the Lakers had no chance if Wemby's coming out of the gates like that.
No, he saw Jackson Hayes on the other side and was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be fun." And dude, he even had 12. He had 12 free throw attempts. Got their entire big man like lineup in foul trouble early, and we just never looked back. And the best thing about this whole game, in my opinion, was the second quarter. Because in the first quarter, you're blowing them out. Everyone's hitting shots. You're going left and right. We could have easily taken the gas, your foot off the gas just a little bit, but instead we continued to throttle them and push. And Wimby kept playing hard and kept playing pissed off. And then the third quarter rolled around, and we kind of, I think we were trying to do a lot in the third quarter. We're trying to get everyone else involved and get their numbers up and whatnot, and try to get in. Get your stats in before the fourth quarter, before the scrubs come in. I mean, bench players, excuse me. So that's kind of what I saw. But that second quarter, in my opinion, was just as impressive because you could easily just said, "All right, we're done. Have a great night. We'll sit everybody and play the Warriors tomorrow." But instead, you decided to put your foot on the throat and go for that knockout punch, and they did.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that that's a really, really good point is uh so much of what we did last game against the Mavs is we just capitalized on a good first quarter with a great second quarter, just really having a great first half in general. And last game, 81 points in the first half was our high for first half points. This game, we set a new high, 84 points. So it just
Right.
looks like we're trying to outdo ourselves, and we're really setting a positive trend, and our offense is clicking in the right direction. And you see that really when we're trying to push the pace. Like I saw a couple of really good transition lobs from
Yep.
Fox to Harper. They were back to back, and it really looked like this was us trying to become a quicker pace team. I know
Yeah.
we're a team that loves to slow it down in the half court, run our sets, and then end up with Wemby taking a high percentage shot. And I love when we do that. That's more often than not where we're going to find success. But I also think we have the athletes, we have the speed, the youth
Yep.
to play a high paced transition offense
For
from
sure.
time to time. So I love doing that against teams like the Lakers.
Mitch Johnson was like, you know how we overcome third quarters? Let's just go up by 30.
Right.
Let's get hot in the first two quarters so that third quarter rolls around. We have enough wiggle room just to get through. We'll be okay. And hell, keep doing this if you want to. I really don't care. I mean, it's really great whenever you're looking at the stat lines and they're just efficient. They're just really efficient shooting. Obviously, De'Aaron Fox did not have a lot of points. He had 8, which was great. But man, he doesn't need to do much. My only concern about this game is Steph Castle. That fall was rough, and he stayed down for a while, and then everyone decided to circle around him. It's like, dude, give him some air. And I couldn't find our trainer anywhere, and then I was like, oh shit, there he is. Okay, cool. Just like, are we just standing around him going, you good, bro? Hey, you good, bro? Like he just wasn't moving. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Bro, that was a scary fall. I mean,
Yeah,
I
looked like
didn't
it might
know
be
if
his
it
head.
right, I didn't know if it was his neck or if it was his head, and then it came out that he's not returning to the game due to a pelvis contusion. And
Yep.
then I'm like, "Dude, that's all together, that's pretty scary." I mean, all of those things together can equal missing sizable amounts of the season. So I don't know exactly what to think of it, but we will monitor the situation. It wouldn't surprise me if he missed tomorrow's game. It's a back to back, and
Sure.
like this one comment was saying, if there's no Steph Curry in the lineup, then I really think it's a low risk game. We might
Sure.
as well keep him out to begin with. But there's two comments right here. I really have to just dive into this right now. Sohan, did he sleep with Mitch's girl? And then also four paws in the grave. Did it Jeremy insult Mitch's wife to earn as much playing time as the ball boy? Guys, those are
Dude,
those are stellar comments, but also very real concerns. AJ, what are you thinking about Jeremy Sohan getting the only DMP tonight?
I mean, you look at Carter Bryant, you're like, well, he's hitting shots and he can do stuff. Let me ride this wave a little bit longer and see how long we can go. And these are valuable minutes for a guy like Carter Bryant. And we've said this on this podcast a few times. Whenever we got Carter Bryant, for one of the first things I said was he's Jeremy Sohan's replacement. It looks like he can do a little more than what Jeremy Sohan can do, definitely offensively, and some things on the defensive end as well. I I thought I was going to see Bronny versus Sohan personally. I really did. But I guess, there's more to it. But I mean, Mitch Johnson was quoted the other day, like I think yesterday or 2 days ago, saying, yeah, no, Jeremy Sohan's still a part of this team. We love his defensiveness and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, all right, well, I thought we were going to see him today. And he was the only, I mean, Bismack got on the floor, dog. Like,
9
if
minutes.
Bismack's on the floor and you're not, big issue.
Oh, dude, Bismack played like almost a full quarter of basketball. Like
10 minutes.
Yeah, dude, like, what are we doing? And Jeremy Sohan just getting a smooth DMP, not even giving like, honestly, that really makes me scratch my head because we're, like, not even trying to
Right.
inflate his potential value further down the line, and
He's gonna
yeah,
walk, man. He's just walking.
right, and see that's where I think we're at as an organization. We're comfortable cutting ties, letting him walk. We're just gonna develop everyone else, and I think, it makes sense because we're doing so well as an organization, but man, yeah, it is a little frustrating that we weren't even able to get any draft capital for him at all.
Yeah, well, some lottery picks just don't work out, man. Just they just don't work out, and he had his opportunities. I mean, he did, but you can't be in your fourth year and not be able to hit jump shots or a three pointer or do the things that we need you to do defensively. And if you're fouling as much as they were fouling Wemby today in the first quarter, yeah, man, you're just kind of SOL. I mean, I have nothing to say outside of that because honestly, like you had your chance, and if you're showing it in practice, the coach would play you.
Absolutely. And you brought up a great point earlier. It's your replacement is improving throughout his rookie campaign. And Carter Bryant tonight set a new career high, and he did it in the first half. That 14 points in the first half was a career high, and he finished the game with 16. And so
Dude,
much
and
of that was good shot selection, and he
no
did
hesitation.
that right. No hesitation, in rhythm, and still doing all of that offensively while playing good defensive basketball. So I think really good stuff from Carter Bryant. Yeah, I don't see why he's not a 20-minute guy moving forward with consistency.
Yeah, I and also Rob and please like help me out wrap my head around this Jeremy Sohan situation. From year 1 and 2, we saw some improvement. 2 and 3 kind of stayed relative the same. We also made him play point guard, and that was a weird year. Third year, I, did he get better or did he stay the same? Like, I'm trying to figure out like where in his trajectory did we just say, nope.
I think last year his point of attack defense was really great. His offensive improvement was very, very minimal, but it was there. But there were stretches of last year where his point of attack defense was really, really good. And then it was honestly that calf injury. It like everything kind of started with that calf injury in FIBA over the summer, or actually maybe even before that at the end of last season. And it felt like since then, he just hasn't been the same speed laterally defensively. And I think that I don't know if that's necessarily what the issue is, but that from my timeline is when I'm like, hey, you are not the same defender. You're not improving enough offensively. So if you're not hanging defensively enough, we're at a disconnect right now
Yeah.
because we really can't buy into you as much as we're planning on financially
Yeah.
if you aren't getting better, because all of our other young guys, they are getting better at a rate where we're going to pay them a shitload and we're comfortable with it, and we aren't going to be comfortable paying you that much. So
Yeah.
that to me is the disconnect, because I would like to have him on a super, super cheap contract that could be flexible, but it's like that's just not the reality right now.
That was around the same time he started dating his Instagram girlfriend, isn't it?
I think it could be. That's very interesting. I like I like where your
I mean, I'm just
conspiracy.
trying to connect the dots somehow because, like, we're all. I mean, I'm using "we" as a very loose term because I was not a part of this group. A lot of Spurs fans looked at him as like, "Oh my god, this is the guy!" Like, blah blah blah. Like he plays hard defense and he has cool hair. I was never that person. I didn't like him at Baylor. I didn't like him as our draft pick. I thought there was plenty of talent around that pick that we could have gotten instead, but we got him. And I was like, all right, let me give this guy a chance. And the first year, I was like, all right, cool. But also that first year, we weren't doing shit. Like, what were we doing? Trying to tank for Wemby. So, that first year, cool. We saw some flashes, but then ever since then, like, it's like, I'm just I feel like there's other guys that can do much more. And if the NBA decides to do this expansion draft thing with Vegas and Seattle here coming up in the summer, then we're only going to have 8 guys. And with that 8 guy limitation, we're probably gonna have to lose one of our good players, like a Julian Champagny or a Keldon Johnson or something to that effect. Obviously, that's a couple years, 3-4 years down the road, but it's just things you think about when you start hearing expansion and trying to get 2 new teams and who's going to be in that list and whatnot. And I mean, I we'll see what happens with him here in the future, but at the same time, it's just you can't. I feel like if you put out summer empty gym shooting videos, you're in a bad place.
Right, and if you're relying on those to tell people, "Hey, I'm doing good and I'm improving," and it's like, yeah, we're not buying those videos. We're buying those the same way we're buying the Zion weight loss stuff and the Ben Simmons jump shot stuff. It's like we're not buying it, and that's a good point. When you look forward to the Spurs' future and things like the expansion, it's like, is Jeremy Sohan going to be included in things like that? That's like a lot of our foresight that we need to be having, and we're really coming to the conclusion that no is that answer firmly, and uh, especially when you see DMPs like tonight, and everyone else in the front court getting minutes. Olynyk getting 11 minutes, Bismack 9 minutes. Cornette only getting 10 minutes, but this was a game where
Yeah,
this was a committee game. This was
right.
everyone
Yeah,
getting love other than Sohan.
yeah. Well, I mean, you look at Carter Bryant, 16 points, went what was it? How many 3 pointers did he have? He went three. He went 3 for 8. God damn, he shot 8 3 pointers.
We did.
It must have been that garbage time, right? Like third quarter, fourth
Yeah.
quarter.
Yeah, he well,
Yeah,
he put up a couple in garbage time, but it
yeah,
was
because he did hit those first two, missed one, and then made one. So like starting out 3 for 4, fantastic. And then you see him the way that he was able to cut to the basket, get rebounds, put back dunks, like those things were Jeremy Sohan's role. That was Jeremy Sohan's role. And if this guy is playing at this level, you're just not going to see the floor, man. And as somebody who is 5'4", played really hard defense, I got told by every coach, if we had 12 ages on our team, we'd be undefeated. I feel we're saying the same shit about Jeremy Sohan. Like, I feel they're like, he has a lot of heart. And if we had 12 Jeremy Sohans, we totally win the championship. Like, that's what I feel. And I know what that means. That means, like, hey, like, you have heart, kid.
right. At the end of the day, you need some dudes that are gonna put the ball in the bucket.
Right.
And Jeremy Sohan ain't that guy in a lot of ways. And I agree. It's yeah, Carter Bryant just he's stepping up in ways that we weren't expecting, and he's feeling a lot more confident with his shot, and the fact that he's able to take 8 threes and a lot of them feel in rhythm, and it doesn't feel too much for him.
Right.
I
It's a
think that
cornrows.
yeah, I was about to say I think it's that, and then the headband. It's a little bit of swag right there. And you know what? I'm all for it. Whatever.
And he's gonna be in the dunk contest. So like I expect a Ricky Davis type dunk.
Yeah, I do. I expect something a little bit disrespectful.
He was
But yeah,
practicing warm-ups, I saw that. And he got some bunnies
dude.
big time.
I mean, he's going to do something athletic based. He's gonna rely on the vert, and we talked about it on a previous episode. He may snag something from the top of the backboard. He may do something like blow the candle out, like he may do something interesting like that. But I could also just see him jumping from so far out that
Yeah.
it truly shocks people. Like maybe even a full step beyond from the half court from the free throw line. He dunks from 50 feet out.
I hope he yams and then looks at Jackson Hayes and calls him a bitch. No.
I thought he was gonna do that tonight.
Dude, I'm so interested in like the thought process of like how you go about of sitting all these players. Like the Thunder did it, the Lakers did it. I mean, who's the next team that's going to do it? And are we going to roll into Detroit and they're gonna sit all their. I mean, they might be suspended. Actually, let me never mind.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I
My bad.
mean,
They're
we
probably
we
gonna be suspended.
we play them in 12 days, so I think there is a chance that a good chunk of their team could still be suspended from that Hornets situation, which I'm not I didn't hate on too much. I mean, I thought it was good chippiness. I thought it was I mean,
Bro, real quick, just on that Pistons thing, the fact that Isaiah Stewart came out with his knees still wrapped, ready to throw hands, I want that motherfucker on our team today. Like I need that kind of energy. Someone that's gonna go out there and be like Wemby Shield. I want that guy. I want that guy.
yeah. I mean, there's something to be said about the level of camaraderie that you feel when there's a guy that's just willing to jump off the bench and fight for you. It's like, yeah,
While
you
his knees are wrapped. Like
dude,
he has ice on his knees, and he's like,
savage. That pure savagery, and I love it. I love it. Uh,
uh, going back to the Spurs game though, Dylan Harper, great game. I
yes.
love Dylan Harper's aggressiveness. He got to the line. He was able to make some easy buckets. Found some really easy assists. I mean, just you looking at our team, and you're just like, man, like we're deep where we need to be deep, and then we have arguably the best player in the world right now. Like I
Yeah.
cannot wait until I see this team take that next step after the All Star break because it's going to happen. Like it's only a matter of time. Like right now, we played two really good games. It's going to happen whenever we're doing this every night, and the NBA is in trouble.
Well, I think we're on the verge of that right now, and I think we're setting ourselves up for a very successful rodeo road trip because this is the first night of it. We're on the our fifth win in a row, and so this is also a night where we're playing the Warriors tomorrow, first night of a back to back, and a dominating win like tonight where you can kind of rest some of your superstars a little bit more. It's like all of the stars align tonight to get this easy dominating win, clear the bench a little bit. Wemby still dropped a 40 piece and barely even played in the second half. And
Did
it's
he even
like,
sweat? Like shit.
right. I remember him hitting that 1 3 and he didn't really do hardly anything else. He barely was in the game the second half. So it's I love to see the flexibility that we're able to play with when we just crush teams like this because it sets us up for success. And man, we need it when we're on the rodeo road trip.
And what's great about it is looking at Wimby's shot chart. Like that's exactly what I want. Like that's what we want. We want him in the paint. We want him. What's it? One, two, three, four, 4 for 6 from three. Um, 12 free throw attempts. Like all your points are in the paint. Like that's exactly what we're looking for. And if he can do that night in and night out, like we've been trying to get him to do for 3 years now, and it's take him 2.5 years to figure this out, dude. Like I mean, the NBA is so done. I mean, we just pack it up, go back to Oklahoma, have fun on your casinos because Spurs are going to take this. Like that's
Yeah.
the scary part. Like we're not mature yet. Like that's the people forget. Like we're on our way, but we haven't got to that point where we're like an NBA consistent team, like a veteran team. Like we still have a lot of growing to do, and that's scary. That's scary.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's no team that looks like they are on the same trajectory as we are. Obviously, OKC is doing their own unique thing and I feel like we're on separate but similar paths, but I still feel like we have a higher potential when you look at all of our talent even though they achieved the overall goal. I mean, they are NBA champions. I still feel like we do have the higher potential when you look at the overall growth our talent can see. And a night like tonight, yeah, I mean, when you see really efficient games from Dylan Harper, you see good games off the bench from Carter Bryant, amazing games, obviously, from Wemby. There's so much to like from our young talent. And really, the only thing I'm worried about from tonight is Steph Castle. I hope that he's not going to miss a sizable amount of time because, if that pelvis injury ends up being a fracture somehow,
Mm,
man.
the someone in the chat said that his X-rays came back negative, so
Okay, okay,
that's a good sign.
okay.
I mean, sit him tomorrow. Sit him tomorrow. Tell the shooting stars or the rising stars person, hey, don't play him very much, or don't play him at all. I mean, maybe he sits out All Star Weekend too. Honestly, I'm totally cool with that. The fact that Steph Curry got hurt and then Castle didn't get a look or anything, and it went to Brandon Ingram. I didn't even know he was still in the league, dog. To be real, like I really didn't. I had no idea. Because when people go to Toronto, I just kind of forget. Like you're not in America, you're not in the West. Don't care. But I guess he's having a good year. I have no idea.
He's having an okay year, but I mean, it's mainly just his normal volume scoring, and he does a decent job rebounding, a decent job playmaking, and he's going to score his 20 something a game, and, he's not doing anything really really special. But I think that what Steph Castle is doing in terms of helping a team win games, I
Right.
think is more significant than what we're seeing from Brandon Ingram. But at the end of the day, Raptors are fifth in the East, so they are better than teams expected, or better than
So
the
they're
league
what, like
expected.
20 and 25?
32 and 22. So that's not
Okay,
it's not
okay, okay, okay.
that's not bad. It's not
Not
bad.
bad. Not bad.
Yeah,
Not bad.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, they've won, 60% of their games. It's not too bad roughly. Uh, but at the same time, not quite where we are. Yes.
No.
Okay. And yeah, just another update. Yeah, X-ray results were per Jeff McDonald of the Express News.
You like
Appreciate you,
Jeff?
four paws in the grave. Yeah, absolutely. Jeff's solid.
My
If
name
Jeff
Jeff.
if yeah, if Jeff is reporting it, it's probably pretty accurate. Um, but yeah, we can hope to see him back. I mean, honestly, let's not rush Steph back right now. I want to
Nope.
see Yeah, I want to see us just, take this back to back, just like we finished this game.
And
And
and De'Aaron Fox is like, "You want me to score points now?" Okay, cool.
well, I love that he doesn't need to all the
I
time.
know, that's crazy part, like, if we need a microwave or we need something, like, we still got De'Aaron Fox that can just go out and get 20 if he wants to. Like, I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like, it's really crazy. It's gonna take a lot to beat us straight up. We're gonna have to have, like, a lot of mental errors, mental lapses, like when we lose to the Jazz kinda thing. But, if we're playing well and we get off to that hot start, and I'm pumped about this team. I'm pumped about the rest of the season. I mean, it's past midnight right now. I don't know why I'm still awake, but I am very happy that I stayed awake for this. I was kind of hoping Wemby get like 80, but I'll take 40.
Well, I mean, he was on pace. I mean, that
He's on pace
37
for
points,
100.
I mean, yes, after that first quarter, and that 37 points in the first half, more than anyone else so far this season. So I think if anyone was going to touch that second highest scoring game all time, that Kobe 81, maybe Wemby could have done it tonight. Maybe. I don't know.
The problem is you got to be competitive, and we're not going to run him out in the fourth quarter to chase a tie or a record. So we all knew that was going to happen. But one thing I do see a lot of is people talk about the Spurs not having like playoff a playoff background or having a championship or anything like that. Like we don't have the experience, is what people are saying. But then you look at our team and you're like, well, Victor Wembanyama was in a gold medal game. That's kind of important. Steph Castle was an NCAA champion. I mean, Luke Cornett's an NBA champion. Harrison Barnes is an NBA champion. Bismack Biyombo is there. So like we have like people who've been in these type of situations. Keldon Johnson's an Olympic gold medalist. So these are like people forget that we have players that have done things, and I know that the playoffs are a different beast. and you have to have your skins on the wall and so on and so forth. But these dudes are winners. These guys are straight winners. And you couple that with the competitiveness as your best player, who is the ultimate competitor right now in the NBA. Like I don't think there's anyone that comes close to Wimby's competitiveness. I think there are people that are very competitive at times, but on a night to night basis, especially tonight, like Wimby didn't have to go out and get 25 in the first quarter. He didn't, but he did.
Right.
Like like
Well,
that's
he
that's the kind of person I want on my team, leading my team.
absolutely. Yeah, when you factor all that in, yeah, it's a lot for other teams to deal with, and so much of it does start with Wemby and his sense of urgency and his competitive nature. And, you felt that chip on his shoulder whenever LeBron and Luca decided to not play tonight. And, obviously, second night of a back to back. So they're, feeling a little banged up as well. But it still reads like it's a little bit of disrespect for the Spurs, and Wemby will not tolerate it. He came out and certainly wanted it to be known that he felt disrespected. But moving forward, we have the Warriors tomorrow. Well, today, technically, we play the
Technically today, yeah.
Warriors. Technically, we play the Warriors today. Um, Probably no Steph Curry in the lineup. I'll need to double check on that. But if there's no Steph in the lineup, then man, I mean, I guess there could be no Steph for either team, so that could be a Stephless matchup. So we'll definitely monitor that situation.
Remind me again. I think Carter Bryant and Draymond Green got in a little scuffle last time we played the Warriors. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they did. Oh no, Wimby got into it with Draymond.
It was Wemby, yeah,
Oh yeah, do that again. I want
yes,
Wimby to yam on Draymond again. But and also they beat us too, so this is kind of a revenge game for us too. So I expect this team to be locked in tomorrow. And dude, if we can get to 135 points again, no one can beat us.
yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, and both times we've played them so far this season, once in the NBA Cup and in in the regular season, they beat us both times. So I think this is definitely a game that we want to just go out there and just confidently win, just because it's a team that we've struggled against a couple of times. I think, yeah, just a get right game, so to speak, even though we're on a
Yep.
5 game win streak. Um,
Better than Manchester United. Have you seen that, by the way?
I have not.
So there's a Manchester United fan who hasn't cut his hair since the last time Manchester United went on a 5 game win streak. It's been like 2.5 years, and his hair was like Keldon Johnson, and now it's like an afro. Dude, it's insane. It's a
That's
funny
wild.
story. You should check it out. They were on a 4 game win streak, and then I think did you guys beat them? Someone beat them like yesterday, and he couldn't cut his hair. It was hilarious.
I love that for him. Let's just keep his hair growing, shall we? But yeah, we've got, yeah, a lot of interesting matchups coming up. Obviously, the Warriors game we were just talking about, and then we have the two Moody games in Austin.
Bless
Uh
the mood.
Bless the mood. We Thursday and Saturday games against the Suns and the Kings. I believe I will be at the Kings game. So that'll be a fun time. But yeah, technically not home games, but
Home
they're
game.
right. Yeah, games close enough to where they can get some rest.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy that they're doing that earlier in the season and we're not doing it at the end of the season. Cause like if we're talking about playoff seeding and we need to get a win to be second instead of third or something, I would hate for that to be in Austin. I would drive me insane. So I'm glad that
Yeah.
we're doing it earlier. I'm glad UT's nice enough, I guess, to let us do this, whatever. So hopefully they go out there and put on a good show. But in the meantime, like we got All-Star game this weekend. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm excited to see our boys play. I am very pissed off that Julian Champagny didn't get a nod for the 3-point contest, but you know, it is what it is. I guess we can't participate in all of them. And they took away the skills challenge. I wonder why. Wemby, Chris Paul.
Right. I was about to say, well, you have some really smart players that try to, I don't know, try to work their way around it and, try to not compete in it. But like, that's what that's what's gonna happen when you have two guys, Wemby, Chris Paul, try to outsmart it. I mean, the league's going to respond.
Yeah, and they did, and that was the problem. They're like, "Shit, we didn't put this in our rule book," and then they were like, "Bah, bah, bah, bah," and hey, not their fault. You didn't specify has to be a real shot or whatever. So Adam
Right.
Silver had a problem on his hand. He had to get that taken care of real quick.
Yeah, and that's, it's kind of frustrating, but at the same time, I understand they have their hands tied, but, shout out to Wemby and Chris Paul for yeah, for really causing some havoc on All-Star weekend.
R.I.P. the skills challenge.
Yep, RIP the skills challenge. But yeah, dude, anything else you wanted to dive into about the game tonight, or are you feeling dunky?
No, let's get into dunks.
Let's get into some dunks, shall we?
Yeah, who you got?
I think I'm just gonna dunk on the Super Bowl in general, man. What a horrible game. I
5
mean,
hours of my time I can't get back. The only time I enjoyed was the 14 minutes of Bad Bunny.
right. Like, I mean, I did enjoy the halftime show. I thought it was a really unique performance, a lot of like cool set pieces, like just a lot of fun stuff I haven't seen before on halftime. So like I thought that was cool and unique. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, the game was insanely boring. I'm seeing, people charge there was $180 burger that looked terrible. It looked awful. And like I'm like, this like everything about this game just reeked of like just all of the bad parts of commercialism and just a watered down product of what used to be. And yeah, and then just the fact that there was that bullshit alternative halftime whatever that anybody at all was talking about. Yeah, just it just kind of made this Super Bowl just feel just weird and just
It was
yeah,
5 hours.
yeah.
So we were watching the Olympics figure skating. By the way, your boy might be doing a figure skating podcast here pretty soon. It's been wild up in this thing. But we ended that, started from basically the beginning of the Super Bowl, and it was 5 hours. I looked at the clock at the end of the game, like when the confetti finally came up. It was like 9:30. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys! And it took forever, and that's because the first half didn't have any flags. So like that was the crazy part. It's like this is so slow and it's all commercialized. There's nothing really unique about it anymore. I'm, I might just go back to the Puppy Bowl because this is getting too much for me.
Well, yeah, and the commercials weren't even all that great. There were some commercials, but it was like, how many AI commercials am I going to be subjected to? Like, how many
Yep. AI
different
gambling,
forms?
AI gambling, AI
r-
gambling,
Exactly.
Lay's,
It was
Pepsi, AI.
But I'm okay with the Lays and the Pepsis and the beer commercials because those at least like they fit the consumer audience. Like you're drinking beer, you're eating chips. It's like you're doing those things while you're eating the game. It's like no one is utilizing AI mid game. It's like
If
no,
you are, you should probably talk to somebody.
right. You should probably relax on the AI usage.
But
Yeah, yeah, 4 paws. Yeah, no one enjoyed the Kid Rock lip sync in jorts. I only saw a couple of clips online where people were just roasting him, but my god, that looked painful to watch.
yeah, everyone all of a sudden is like, I listen to the lyrics. It's like, no, you don't. Fuck off. Like, stop it.
Right.
No, you don't. No, you don't. It's like, I can understand what Bad Bunny was saying. I'm like, oh yeah, because ski, 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 ski was your jam too. Jesus Christ. Come on, get over it.
It's like
But
even if
personally,
you can't even if you can't understand what he's saying, you at least can like feel the energy and like there was a lot of intention to like the set pieces and the
Yeah.
dancing and like there was a lot of good artistry there, even if you couldn't understand the lyrics.
For me as someone who is a Latino person, has a very Hispanic name, I've never felt more representative, honestly. Like I thoroughly enjoyed that because I saw a lot of people that looked like me, that looked like my cousins, that looked like my parents, that looked like my grandparents. Like everyone was like 5'5". It was great. So, I was having a great time just watching that. And then in that casita part, I was like, is that Pedro Pascal? We all were like, I think that's Pedro Pascal. Oh my God, wait,
Yeah.
oh shit, that's Just Go.
Oh yeah. And then you're looking over, you're like, oh, that's Cardi B. It's like, dude, there was a lot of people that were included in that.
And it's like, wait, DJG just had surgery? Wait, is he a Bush?
Hey, we need
He
we
was like,
need
I gotta
all
represent the DR.
I was about to say we need all Latino representation.
And then Canada was like, really?
But
There
yeah,
was
that was
there was
honestly
no Mexicans.
that was one of the very few bright points of that whole evening. That and then a few decent funny commercials. Outside of that, game was pretty lackluster.
For
But
sure.
what's your dunk, my friend?
I got a couple of dunks. A couple small dunks add up to one big one. I'm a dunk on LeBron James's glasses that I highly doubt were prescription. Buddy, like that looked whack. Like they're terrible. Bad choice. I wouldn't have done it. I know you're LeBron James, you can do whatever you want, but like if you're gonna sit on the edge of the bench, like I don't think you need like glasses. Like there's literally glass. There's no, you're fine. Get over it. And then also want to dunk on whatever was it, the play-by-play stat that Jacob and Sean were talking about
Oh
during the
yeah.
game. I was like, what? Wait, what? And I was on Sean's side. I'm like, Jacob, what are you talking about? What do you mean play-by-play stat in 96? I
Well,
was like,
no,
I was so lost.
well, it's like a common thing that's brought up. It's like it's since the play-by-play era, because like certain stats weren't kept regularly.
Sure,
And so like I can't remember exactly which season, if it was the 96, 97, or 97, 98 season. There was like a different layer of stats that were kept. So like we only have certain stats through that time. And so a
sure.
lot of people reference it that way. And so I think, yeah, I'm not sure where the confusion came from, but
I think it's
uh,
because we were talking about points. Like we weren't talking about like blocks or stocks or something to that like a second level stat. We're talking about just points. And I mean, and I was like, Sean, I'm with you, dog. Like I think I get it, but like we're just talking about points. Like I guess maybe that's the confusion. But at the end of the day, I was like, you guys are talking about like we were 5 minutes past the point and they were still talking about it.
right, yeah, I think, yeah, I'm not sure exactly where the confusion was. I wasn't super confused. I don't know if what the stat was per se.
It was
I
they were
can't.
talking about Wemby's points in the first quarter or something like that. Or maybe the first half, one of the two, but it was just points. Like it was like we've been keeping points for a while. I thought.
But I don't know if we were keeping points per quarter, if we were tracking points
Oh, that makes more
per
sense.
quarter. So
That makes more sense.
it might have been a sense where, hey, we didn't, we kind of just were like, oh, this person had this amount per game. So it
Right.
may have been, yeah. So that
Okay. Well, that little sentence right there made a huge difference. I don't think they said that during the broadcast.
no, no, yeah, they were going back and forth about a lot of stuff that didn't matter. But you know what? That's part of why I love Jacob and Sean.
I
Like
love Jacob and Sean, dude. Like as much as I love Bill and Sean, I do love Jacob and Sean. I think they're great. I think Jacob's great because he's young enough to blow Sean's mind every once in a while, but he's old enough to get his references, and that's a perfect combination for them.
absolutely. And you knew that, filling Bill's shoes was gonna be damn near impossible because of his longevity and how much everyone loved him. So Jacob kinda had to go in and just do his own thing, and it feels like he is doing his own thing. So I feel like, it's working out. And we were skeptical at first. We were certainly skeptical,
Yeah,
but
for sure. But I
yeah,
like them. I like their food segments. I like that he gives Sean some shit every once in a while. And yeah, man, I couldn't be happier. Great pick by the Spurs, of course. So all in all, dunk on those two things. But mostly LeBron James stupid glasses and his stupid hat. I think he has like a 6th and 7th, 8th head, dude. That his head looks tiny.
it did in that hat. I also just want to circle back and just an honorary dunk to Miles Bridges, just because anytime I see him fighting, I'm just like, dude, why are you in the NBA still? Like, at least you're fighting a man and not your significant other this time, and not throwing a
It's
pool
fair.
ball through your car windshield where your child also is, and you're
It's a
not
good point.
you're not assaulting a girlfriend. At least you're not doing that. So yeah, I'm just gonna anytime I see him getting in a fight, I'm like, dude, you just can't stop being violent. So like I don't know why he's still allowed to play basketball. So
Something in
that's
the water in Charlotte, dude. Just makes you want to throw bows.
I don't know, man. It's a privilege to play basketball for tens of millions of dollars. That's how I view it. I don't know why he's still allowed to do it.
That's
Uh,
fair.
but but guys, if you're still here after those dunks, if you're still here after the Spurs Lakers breakdown, we appreciate you. We
Very
not
much so.
only
Very
love
late.
you, but we love you hard over
Hard.
here. All of this is brought to you by Love You Hard TV and the great people over at the In the Building podcast. Mike, Rudy, Jose, doing great work. Make sure you're following them. But if you're still here, it's late, like AJ was saying. We appreciate you for all your time, whether you're watching the lives on YouTube, whether it's the clips on TikTok, Instagram, you're following the podcast, the audio on Apple Podcast, you're following the Twitter, the new Discord that we have up.
Discord.
We
We're
are
on Discord.
we're starting a Discord because we want to really create a strong, like almost group chat where we're throwing around ideas, we're talking about different topics, we're posing questions. We really want to create like a huge, essentially a group chat from dedicated Spurs fans, and we can have entire episodes where we're talking about topics that are brought up exclusively in the Discord. So I will be sending out various links and QR codes to people that have been in the chat recently so we can invite you into that community. But guys, yeah, we definitely want to extend this invitation to you because everyone that's been in here, you guys are the community.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you for being here, not only for the post game episodes, but like I said, all of the clips everywhere that we've been releasing them. You guys are such a huge part of this community, and we appreciate everything you guys have been
We
doing.
will be definitely be talking a lot of Jonathan Simmons in the Discord.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of Jonathan Simmons, a lot of Patty Mills, a lot of Mang Batir, a lot of Andrew Gaze. Dude, yeah, we're dropping Spurs legends out here, baby. But yeah, that was a fun episode, my dude. Yeah, we're let's hop off here and get some rest. It's late as hell, and we got a post-game episode to do after the Warriors game today. But yeah, that being said, let's end this episode the same way we end all episodes. And that's with a go
Go Spurs.
Spurs a go.
Go. Bring back the